Hey Aquarius, summarizing Venus in North Node. I hope and pray all is well with you. So let's go ahead and get started with your September 2024 tarot reading. There's something that you're witnessing or experiencing during this time. 1161 could be significant. There's a lot of change coming in with 555. There's a renewal as well. The Nine of Swords for you. Aquarius, be mindful of residual emotions energetically. I'm getting an energy of intentional sabotage, okay, to your mind, to your mental health. Okay, this could be from outside sources. This can be from people who wanted to limit your worth or slow down your worth due to their guilt. There's a lack of freedom here that I feel like someone is wanting you to have energetically, if I'm being honest, with the Five of Cups. So if you find yourself practicing things to like heal your body, cure your mind in some way, I wouldn't be surprised, because it feels like the energy, the depth of someone, like they're going through, this is about you, but I feel like it's someone making it about themselves, if you understand what I mean. It's giving a heavy dominance to Libra, okay? And I understand what they're doing. It's a manipulation for some of you, though it could be stemming from like a paternal figure of some kind who does have some sort of mental illness, clouded judgment here. But I'm getting that you need to protect your energy from this person because perhaps they're receiving karma for the hardships that they placed you in, and they're trying to energetically get into your field to absorb some portion of your energy. And so with that energy, I feel like there's something here about maybe you needing to Palo Santo your energy, clear it, uplift it. So when you're Palo Santoing, just be very active and mindful to not think of this person, to make sure that they're not around you, okay? Because you want to uplift your energy. You want to make sure that you're feeling good and that your home is blessed, it stays cleansed, you feel more in balance or in alignment, because you have someone who's bringing in some toughness. I wouldn't be surprised if you energetically could feel or relate to the saying, the dark night of the soul. I feel like there's a lot of illumination though that's coming through, a lot of emotions that are coming up for you, especially if you have a lot of Pisces placements in your chart here. I feel like there's an energy shift of like overwhelm, underwhelm, overwhelm, underwhelm. And you're needing to appreciate the shift of this, go with the flow, and perhaps, you know, express your emotions in a healthy way. But this is due predominantly to someone else being exposed as harvesting off of your energy. And I'm also getting here, there's going to be some rules, some commitment changes, some of you are recognizing what you're allowing, what you're no longer accepting. You are being firm in your stance, and you're valid. You're going to have individuals who may decree that you're invalid in what you're doing, okay? I'm also picking up on a statement change that's coming in as well. So just be mindful of that. It's quite specific. It's not really similar to any other reading that I've done, okay? Three of Cups. something is settling. It's due to some obvious infiltration of people, all right? Of external factors, potions. This could be in the form of intoxication. This could be in the form of just overindulgence. I feel here that you are acknowledging something. You could be doing the work to heal or recover from that. And in this, you're noticing like slight side effects or certain things. And you could be practicing limitations. Okay, you're going to discover that in you having this sort of intuitive download or clarity in some way, that it brings you appeasement and fulfillment. It gives you a reason to perhaps maybe even choose to be flirtatious in the energy, even if you're not necessarily getting overwhelmed. It's giving the energy of you're thinking about it, you're considering something, okay? You could be weighing out your options, or this could be in regards to a project, especially if it regards multiple people, okay? This has you being discerning, because when you're welcoming in new energy, I do feel you having your guards up, or it's almost like an energy of like kind of scanning the room, okay? And at one point in time, maybe you were dismissive about this gift that Source provided you, but it's necessary in your healing and recovery as you progress. Perhaps you've gotten better. All right. Oshun could be very significant for you, or yeah, in some ways. The energy of love here. Self-love is your focus, or you could be walking away from something and choosing happiness in a different area here. I feel like there's something about your companionship with your home, protecting that space, your animals as well, your spouse, your children. Of course, I'm getting here that also protecting your surroundings, because I feel here that there's something about burdens, hardships, that you experience, and this is why you're deserving of this reward. You received this happiness because you chose to heal and walk away from something. Now, if there is something here that's, you know, attempting to try to stick or reprimand in some ways, this is you taking your power back, having leadership. A Nine of Swords energy is naturally going to butt heads and have a lot of tension with the Emperor, especially with it being at the bottom of the deck like how it is. I feel like I'm speaking to some individuals who feel as though you are perhaps graduating into a maternal figure and a paternal figure at the same time, or in some ways you are like you could be becoming an uncle, you know, for the first time. There's something here about like maybe a godparent, you know, congratulations. But I feel like there's something here about leaving something out in the cold because of a weary investment here. So I could be picking up on a situation where you are subservient to some sort of obstacle, perhaps due to who you were connected to in some way, shape, or form. And because there is some separation here, or a closing out of a cycle, perhaps a parting of ways, I'm picking up here that there is a stigma change with you, or leaving with no regrets, or recognizing what's necessary, what's needed, what's vital. Even if you didn't necessarily see something, you know that perhaps someone did or is helping you to achieve something. So you're practicing trust in the Most High, because you know your worth, you know your value, you know that you are well guided. Even if you don't necessarily understand everything, is what I'm picking up on, what you are connecting with, or you feel an urge towards in your spirit. I feel like you're going to be energetically inclined and curious enough to research some things that maybe you were unfamiliar with, okay? so that you can heal some sort of cycle or cyclical behavior or pattern in which you were involved in. Okay, there is something here about someone wanting to take your words, affect your throat chakra, brings you a lot of tension. And as I say that, look, the King of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. This is someone here who wants you to be it feels like self-conscious, because they could be patronizing you, or they could be accustomed to patronizing. Okay. It could be a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. The Three of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. Oh my gosh. Okay. You may need to get out of a really unhealthy relationship of some kind, even if it's like work related. Okay. This could, like, if this is work, side note, this is someone who could like work in the front, or somebody who was trusted, like they have keys to jingle, and like at this point they've stolen like thousands or tens of thousands. Okay. And have blamed it on other people, placed false reports on other people, plotting and planning on people's vehicles. There's a vehicular circumstance here, so just be very careful. I'm not wishing this on anybody whatsoever. I just want to make sure that you guys are cautious and cognizant of your surroundings, because you have someone in a betrayal-like energy who wants to steal what's rightfully yours, because they see that you are still in an exuberant energy of positivity, of happiness, of forward movement and progression. And when they look at their future, it's very dim. It could be condemning, you know, it could be Source, the Most High, Allah, God, condemning them. And so when you have an energy that's that ferocious and vicious, of course it's going to trigger forward progression when it comes to new opportunities of advancement. And I feel like this new person may be energetically slightly aware, if they're intuitive, of your circumstances slightly. So if you've been feeling a little bit alarmed about your energy, I feel like your true counterpart may have like invested in some sort of reading, or it could even be a general reading, depending on how protected your energy is or how serious you are about that. But if this person, they are still very excited. However, they may not be fully aware that they're acting like at the wrong time, or they're not doing something right, or they're not recognizing, like, let's say energetically, if you started to connect with them and you're intuitive and you start to open up finally, and someone starts to give you this energy that they're pulling away, and you allow them to, out of respect, because you're learning about that. I'm picking up an energy that this person misconstrued their own statements about needing separation and distance. And you respecting their wishes, them coming back is almost called a bind with the Most High, because they are now coming off as an energetic attack due to you experiencing influences around you that are harsh, negative, okay? Don't want you to have this blessing. I would encourage you to practice trust during this time. And if this is like a divine counterpart, for example, practice trusting you in this circumstance. Here's why, okay? When we're talking about King of Pentacles and the Five of Swords, King of Pentacles is very well planned. They have the proper resources. They are very stable. They often feel manipulated, abused, taken advantage of, and also when they are pessimistic, when they're pessimistic energetically, or they feel the energy of someone with unsteady thoughts, and that's how I'll simplify that, they become belligerent even with their partner. They're that strategic. They will manipulate every single answer and form of getting exactly what they need out of you without recognizing the means in which it can damage one's mind as you're recovering. Because for a lot of you, this person isn't necessarily physically in your reality just yet. For others of you, they are. But it's the sensory overload combined with the subconscious becoming actively conscious of something that is changing and shifting, and someone never really having this type of approach happen onto them. Doing something for good. Because it's a pattern that you're planting in the connection that shows that you want healthiness. You believe in healthy boundaries as well. When someone oversteps your boundaries, it doesn't matter who they are. It doesn't matter what tactics worked before you. It doesn't matter who it worked on before you. This is the self-acknowledgement of the karma in which your divine counterpart is expected to develop from. And you still, of course, have your own choice at the end of the day and the beginning. So, in that, this is about communication. And let's just say, it might be fresh, but it got a pow already. Because it's necessary. It's a powerful change. And it's a creative way of standing firm and having the support and the encouragement in which you need to expand. You could be really declaring something in your life. It could be really important for some of you all. It could be feeling brighter, having a new day. For some of you guys, this is about having some sort of epiphany or realization or acceptance, or whatever this may be for you. I feel like I'm also getting your energy at the end of the month. Be mindful. There's going to be someone who's they saying some bullshit. Okay? Be very discerning. It's an air sign. I'm also picking up here, this person could have orange hair, red orange hair, like it's fiery. Okay? Now, I'm not trying to, okay, we're not going to do that. I'm really not in the mood for that. But I just feel like be very honest, be very integral, communicative, do not fight. I'm encouraging that because I feel like this person is going to do that. There's this projectile energy that's coming through. Also, be careful of childlike reactions. I am seeing like excessive vomiting, okay? From they're below 10-year-old, okay? Just be very careful of that. perhaps someone is going through something, but it's stemming from this, especially because a lot of you guys are healing generational curses. Like, I feel like you're breaking cyclical patterns here. And you have somebody who's really distorted and wanting to sabotage not only your image, okay, I'm also picking up, they want to come into you. And then also you have a lot of progression that's coming into you too. But the Knight of Wands is very fast paced. It can also accelerate. It could say just go for it whenever you feel the need to trust your intuition. I'll give you that. Trust it though. I feel like there's going to be a lot of people, especially around the new moon and Piscean energy here, who want to change up their lifestyle, if you know what I mean. Like, let's say they were in the Knight of Cups energy, player like, almost too sweet. Their approach was like a little bit fancy, flashy, lavish, and things like that. The Knight of Wands is someone who's more ferocious, someone who's power pungent, and definitely lacks discernment, okay? And at times, because I want to be frank because of this dragon, at times this Knight of Wands can discuss an energy of going too far. At one point, when they get too ahead of themselves, the dragon questions the sanity of the person that's, you know, narrating this journey. And so it's like, well, what about what's most important to you? Because I got you here. So when it comes to you and your guidance and things like that, you may be very quick to resort to anger, feeling short-tempered. So there will be some sort of behavioral balance that is needed if you choose to like overindulge or get too persuaded in someone's manipulation. You understand? So sorry to sit there so long. I just really wanted to make sure that you guys are prepared, so you know you can do your best to like be mindful and avoid this opportunity of BS if needed. But also this can be about letting it go. You know, I did pick up on a lot of things coming to head, okay? But I feel like this is what's needed for your transformation so that you may grow and actually see progression and attunement. You could be shedding a lot during this time. You could be picking up on the impact of the seasons, but more so than that, this is intuitive. This is some sort of higher awakening here, especially if it's not in an area in which you know you might have shedding right now. Okay. And I feel like this isn't due to age, although for some of you it could be, you know, a sign, because like if you have a younger child or something like that, they do go through a slight shedding phase. Some children do. It just depends on how their skin reacts to a change in scenery, weather, and things like that. So just be mindful. It also gives you a clue on like their adaptation style and also like their skin texture type at the time, because you know that can change, but it gives you an idea. Okay. I'm getting here that there's some key, some opening and activation that's coming through. Some of you guys could be using light codes of some kind, or you're ascending in some way to help you to like use earth better. I don't know why that's coming through, but it is coming through. It's like you need to connect with nature better. Oh my gosh. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm not going to get into that. There was something that just came through that I saw. But I'm just getting here. There's divine awakenings. And there's energy accompaniment around you. And with the veil being thin, I feel here that portalways of communication are picking up. Okay. And so if you have a lot of individuals who maybe reminisce via like Day of the Dead or, you know, that kind of thing, I'm getting energy here of you may recognize where the toughness of things is coming from and do things to implement like gratitude or positive shifts and change, like the Palo Santo, or like doing things to keep your energy balanced or healed, or practicing awakenings and developing positive energy, especially between you and your children, and communication here, as well as if you need to make a powerful change or a shift when it comes to leaving a circumstance or a job, or walking away from something that just is too ferocious and unnecessarily like burdensome, do it. I'm also seeing here somebody's going to get caught on camera taking something like Craig. All right. And I'm also getting here that no, it's not just for stealing boxes. It's what's inside of those boxes. They're making them look like they're flatty, baby. Which is the point. They're flattening these out. Anyway, like that's so old. Yeah. Queen of Swords, okay? I just get an energy of like definitely protect your space, protect your peace. You know, if you're at work and things like that, I feel like you may need to be very careful of like review, like if you have some sort of booklet or like some sort of exercise practice, perhaps ask for a review, like a review over from it. You know, if you have new management from when you got hired and things like that, see if shit's changed, okay? Because sometimes they don't update everybody, or like they might send an update while you're on vacation and might skip you because they know you're gone. You know, they meant to send it to you and didn't, you know. Perhaps if you know that they automatically, you know, attach something to you, perhaps you might need to refresh your memory on that, okay? If you're wanting to stay there. But I feel like this is the energy of you being prepared. This is also somebody lying, cheating, stealing, okay? Be careful of, there's some money washing too, okay? There's just a lot of stuff that's coming to the surface. I feel like this could even be perhaps, you know, a person's background that I'm picking up on, okay? Like some of the things that they've been indulging in, okay? So let's go ahead and get some more messages for you guys and see what comes through. For Aquarius, please, for September 2024. You have forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. It's giving me the energy of Oshun and the connection between the yellow and the blue in her dress. It's so funny because you already forgave them. It's funny how they tried it, but I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. Yeah, that's what, you know, good Buddha is over here encouraging you to do, which will help with good fortune and blessings there. With freedom here, I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. These should be the 2 F words that you focus on whenever you feel like swearing for this nonsense that you're dealing with. Especially if you're focusing on curbing out, you know, swearing. I feel that there's some sort of self-portrayal of like deception that you went through there's some sort of whirlwind in what you went through, and now you're having a cornucopia, and you have a lot of energies here that still feel like you're attached to them, or vice versa. So make sure that you're doing your cord cutting, having your boundaries up. You definitely have an energy here of someone who attempted to chain you or wanted to have you focused on their narration of eternal life for you and just the aspects that it may mean. Okay, and as you explore more about the natural parts of life, perhaps warm water is very significant during this time. I feel here that there is something about forgiveness, as well as sometimes you can forgive somebody but not be, sabotaged. You get what I'm saying? It's giving that energy of like somebody wants to make it seem like you didn't forgive them because you're in the practice of forgiving yourself, where a lot of this you allowed to go on. And that's not, a bad thing. All right. Now you have a lot of greatness ahead of you. Okay. Now, how are you choosing to paint your freedom? How does it look for you? How do you envision it? Not only are you encouraged to practice some form of mudra when it comes to your throat chakra and the connection to your third eye and the sacrum, okay, because that's the connection here and what this is talking about. All three of them combined, protecting them all, is going to give you that divine alignment and acceleration when it comes to your crown, so that you can reach those top peaky colors of lavenders that bring you into that really, really blissful energy and sacred connection with the Most High. Okay, there's a difference in the auric field colors that lets you know where you are. And as you go through that, I feel here that you start to recognize even the shift from there. And it's going to let you know that you need to stop betraying yourself when it comes to your insight, your abilities, your capabilities in any way. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a Scorpio that may try to contact you or wants to get in contact with you in some way. Or Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. It's given Sagittarius, Scorpio though. And truthfully, I feel like this person wants to get out of the cold. Get out of the cold in some way, shape, or form. And somebody might need some money. I'm saying truthfully, I don't know if this is someone who is up north, because it's not snowing up there right now. But they have, and I'm going to show you what I'm intuitively seeing right now so that you're aware of why I'm saying what I'm saying, Aquarius. I'm seeing someone in a black coat with this tan fur, and they're sitting at a payphone with a hat on, calling you. They have money in their hand, and they're asking you for like $20 or for money or for something like that at a payphone. And they have like some items. They may have like an instrument or like a suitcase of some kind that's hard shelled. Okay? They're talking about they desperate and things like that. They fucked up though. And I don't mean to be harsh. Okay? What I'm saying is that if you have responsibilities and you have goals right now, you will need to be very mindful and discerning and evaluate the importance of things. Maybe you have a cyclical problem or like cyclical people. It might not be the same person each time, but like a similar pattern that occurs when you're planning for something or just getting something or investing in something. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, if this has happened like for a second, a third time, and it's happening either around the same time or like every 3 months, or like it's giving that like is either every 3 months or 6 months or something like that, this is telling you something. Pay attention to that. Okay, because I feel like there's some sort of financial cord or tie here that's connected to some sort of familial generational trauma, and like a disconnect there. Like there's something astringent there. It's gunky, it's dark. Okay, so let's work there on that. And while we're on the topic of finances, excuse me, while we're on the topic of finances, let's go ahead and take a look to see what are the best messages, financial messages for Aquarius, please. What are some positive, wonderful things that are coming in, and also some things in which they need to be mindful of that will help them better this month, please. You have maturation. You are becoming more mature in handling your finances. Taking responsibility is exciting, but challenging. It's time to be dependable. Now, how does this dependability relate to you? I want to encourage you to stand alone. Okay, this relates multiple ways. If you're that person who is typically selfish, you don't really care what others are going through, and you have a behavioralistic issue, and you believe in God the Most High, this is actually the time of like donating. When you really are capable of doing it, or you have the capability of doing it. Okay, this is actually like a great time to be finding ways to do that. Okay, so perhaps for you that may resonate as like maybe somebody that you could help. Okay, now if you know that you're giving and you've matured because you recognize where you were over giving or you got taken advantage of or something like that, either you're choosing to find like somebody's gonna get mad if you suggest a contract, but I would suggest like some sort of contract and some sort of stamp legally by someone that has legal standing. Okay, I feel like you may need to go higher than just a motherfucking what the fuck are they called? Excuse my language. They good people too. What the hell do they call them? I just had to get one not that long ago. You know what I'm talking about, when you have to get like some sort of stamp that's signed off, basically confirming something. Like when you go to like a post click, you know what the fuck I'm talking. Yeah, somebody said it. I can hear you saying it. But yeah, I feel like if it's not that, I feel like that's not gonna be enough in this case. You might need to go to like a clerk at a court and have somebody look over this or something, because you might have the type of situation or circumstance where like either you're successful or you've been harassed, about this situation or this occurrence or something like that. You need to have everything sorted out. For some of you guys, you're getting to that point. You need to have an attorney on roll, or you need to have a group of individuals. And don't underestimate the value of just legal guidance. In some states right now, some countries right now, people are so booked you can't even get legal aids, really. Okay? So this is why I'm stating that, like, you need to really be mindful. Like, it's not given that you're just a number, but there's a lot of tension. Okay, a lot of tension. There's a lot of things that we're recovering from, and that is a process as a group of individuals on this earth. Okay, and there's an impact that comes with that, and there's this need and energy of like involvement in a wholesome worldly way, even if there's some individuals you don't like. Okay, it's not about them. Is there any other messages for Aquarius? Skills. Investing in your skills is a great way to generate money. You can provide services using your expertise to build a stable income. And like, don't get me wrong, you know, having these individuals here who keep their stuff updated, make sure you keep your stuff updated if you're getting certifications or if you have those, okay? Check qualifications. People been getting disqualified, not getting their stuff done on time. Somebody that you thought was in good standing is a dipshit. A little bit. And I feel like you're recognizing where you need to be accountable and mature and learn a few things in the process of something. Especially if it's something that you feel like you can really do or something that you really like. Sometimes it's not something that you initially are great at. There's so many countless examples and inspiring stories about this. Okay? The North Star, you are definitely guided by your okay, maybe you're guided by your spirit team and things like that. I'm not gonna get into that too much with y'all. What messages do you have for Aquarius? I'll just say that, you know, individuals here have different beliefs. Okay. I am assertive, 23. I get this energy of you being very empowered by your way of doing things. And who cares if others think that you're aggressive sometimes? I feel like I'm getting an energy of Aquarius not being very playful or serious and not feeling like you should be in the energy of that, but the source encouraging you, you know, to remember your brow bone, to relax, to exercise your face. Some of you guys are meant to be incredibly successful in the spotlight. And you have an energy that is intentionally trying to make you feel lesser than about yourself via aging you. And don't get me wrong, RBF is RBF, and it shall be what it is. There's a difference in this. There's a difference in this, okay? This is where you might have to go in the mirror, you know, a time or two out the day now, to make sure that you're practicing this, because it is quite essential. Even if you're not necessarily in the fame or the spotlight, you guys, whatever it is that you do, your face is lovely. It's worth something. And let's say you consider, you know, moving forward in a career in a few years, or let's say you're not even thinking about it, but it just naturally needs to happen and occur. That's going to be very important. Face, no face. What I mean by that is makeup, no makeup, or, you know, your choice there. You get what I'm saying? Just be mindful of how something is affecting you and be very discerning about how you express things. Also, if this is something here about childcare and like co-parenting or legalities and things like that, and you're having to deal with something that's happening here, it's like some sort of bind or tuck, I would highly encourage you to practice poses where you are either laying down and you have your hands above your head in some way that's relaxing, or you practice that pose of like putting your hands above your head to help with your breath work, to help with your pace. It encourages patience too, for those of you who might need an energy boost at times, or like if you need like to get up in those upper chakras, that can be a simple, easy way to do that. Okay, energy flow. I'm also getting if you need to stand on your head a bit. Okay, that's absolutely welcome here too. Also focusing on your lymphatic system. Lymphatic, or your lymph nodes, okay, is very important. This is about relieving tension in your body. This can even help with your thyroid, okay? If you have thyroid issues, that could be related to like health gain. For some people, it's even weight loss. Some people, they give off the vibe like they're under the influence of when it's just a really bad issue that maybe they're not aware of yet. But as you grow older here and you are able to gain the resources in which you need to get the answers that you are seeking without being harmed, you're able to then, you know, take a lot of things into account, recognize what's going on, how it's affecting you, and do something better about it. Or, you know, you could be very manipulative about the whole situation and try to get one up on a person here when I feel like you just need to, you know, not indulge in like the mannerisms of someone who is of a darker energy. This is not someone who is like in their shadow. They're going to tell you that. Don't confuse this, my dear. Okay. And also when it comes to that new love energy, putting your foot down does not mean that you're not full of love. Their reaction will let you know if they are capable or not. They wouldn't be the first divine counterpart or true person to get cut, rejected before, you know, even step in front and center. They wouldn't be the first. Okay? So if they don't, let them fuck up, okay? Don't be scared, all right? You still need to remember that you're important. Okay? So Aquarius, that was your message. I hope that you enjoyed and that it resonated for you. If it did, thumbs up the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel. I would love to read for your energy. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Perhaps share it with someone if you would like to. Thank you again. I will talk to you next time. Bye.